In this video, I want to share a brand of children's picture books with a little bit of a twist to them that is bringing in over $25,000 per month. These types of books are a little bit different to your usual children's picture books. They are simple to make, and this niche in particular has a very small amount of competing books. And the most exciting thing is that this brand has created this income in just 1 year. Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome to my channel. Every single week, I share videos all about self-publishing books, and you're watching one of them right now. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me here. Children's picture books is an absolutely massive niche on Amazon, and the market for these kinds of books is also huge. Everybody wants to publish a children's picture book, from self-publishers to celebrities. And that's because you can make a lot of money if you have a popular children's book. I myself have shared many videos about self-publishers who are making full-time incomes, sometimes even more than that, from publishing children's picture books. But if you're feeling a bit intimidated or a little bit overwhelmed at the thought of creating and publishing a children's picture book to compete in such a large niche, then this is the video for you, because I'm going to be sharing some children's picture books with a bit of a twist. These books are more heavily focused on images rather than a storyline. So if you are not confident to write a whole children's story, then this is going to be a really great option for you. But let's get right into it. And I'm going to share this brand and this series of books right now, and then we'll talk about how they created such a successful series of books so that you can do it too. Okay, this is the brand here called Marley's Larch. That is the pen name or the name of the publisher, and they currently have 15 books published in total. But the ones I'm interested in showing you today are part of a series which has a total of 11 books in it, and it's these I Spy books. These are a series of children's picture books which takes kids through a story, a very basic light story, and on each page there are a handful of elements that they need to find within it. Now, this is sort of along the lines of the very famous Where's Wally books, but a lot more simple. Or they might be called Where's Waldo in the US. In Australia, we call them Where's Wally. But the Where's Wally books are notoriously hard to find all of the characters and elements within them. They're very detailed, as we can see flicking through this Where's Waldo book. And so the ones that we are going to be looking at are along the same lines as this, but made for toddlers and preschool aged kids. So let's go in and have a look at some of these books. The first one I have here to look at is I Spy Halloween. And so it's a search and find type of book. So it's a book that's a bit educational. It requires the child to concentrate, to really concentrate and focus on the book. And it's not just a book that's being read to them. Let's take a look at the inside and see if we can show you what the pages of this book looks like. It does start off with a bit of a story. So there is some story element to it, but it's not the main focus of the book. And the story is basically going to sort of take the kid through what is happening on the pages and what they need to look for. Now, we can't really see much of the inside of this book. Let's scroll down and look at the A+ content. So here's a layout of the page. So there's a little bit of a story on the page, and then there's a few elements that the child has to find on these pages. So these are color books like a traditional normal children's picture book, and they're not quite an activity book. It's sort of a little bit of a blend between a children's picture book with a little bit of activity book elements to it. So this book here is their most popular book with a bestseller rank of 551. For anyone unfamiliar with Amazon or KDP, a bestseller rank is basically just a number given to every book in the Amazon store, and it will determine a book's popularity with Amazon's customers. So the lower that number, the better. So having a bestseller rank like this is incredible. Having a bestseller rank in the top 1,000, your book is doing extremely well. Let's move on to the next one, I Spy Vehicles, and we'll see if we can maybe see a little bit more of the inside of this book than the last one. This is where the story starts, and it's going to give some insight into what the pages are going to entail, what sort of elements are going to be in the book. And so this is the first search and find page. So we've got the 5 different elements or characters that the child has to look for in these pages and how many of each there are. And so you can see they're very similar to the Where's Wally or the Where's Waldo books, just a lot more simple so that the child can find these elements in the book. And then we go on to the next set of pages. There's a little bit more to the story and more elements to look for in the next pages. So just really fun, and it's getting the child a lot more involved in the book than just having it being read to them. So this one is their second most popular book, has the bestseller orange tag, and it has a bestseller rank of 3014 at the moment. The next book that we come along to is I Spy Animals Around the World, and unfortunately we can't see any of the inside of that book. Perhaps we can down in the A+ content. There is a page there, but you're going to find they're all laid out the same. They're just a illustrated page. Like I say, it's heavily focused on the images because that's what the child's really going to be focusing on, the images and finding each of those elements. So this book has a bestseller rank of 8,759. Then we have I Spy Farm, Animals, Tractors and More, and so I won't continue looking inside every single one because hopefully you've got the idea of how they're laid out now. They're all pretty much going to be laid out the same, just depending on the theme of the book, but this one has a bestseller rank of 8,136. The next one we have as part of their series is I Spy Dinosaurs, and all of their books are aimed at toddlers or preschool age children, so age 2 to 5 or sort of age 2 to 6. This one has a bestseller rank of 16,774. The next one we have is I Spy Ocean Animals, and this one has a bestseller rank of 21,379. The next book in the series is I Spy Christmas Presents, so a fun seasonal book targeting a holiday event, and this one currently has a bestseller rank of 45,403. The next one is another Christmas targeted book, I Spy Elves, Search and Find Santa's Cheeky Helpers, and this one has a bestseller rank of 47,713. We then have I Spy Monster Trucks with a bestseller rank of 500,000. The next one is I Spy Easter Eggs with a bestseller rank of just over 530,000. That is because we're nowhere near Easter at the moment, so nobody is buying Easter books, and so this is a book that will get popular around Easter and then pretty much won't sell for the rest of the year. Then we have I Spy 4th of July, so really heavily looking at holidays, seasons and events to create boosts of income throughout the year. So this one has a bestseller rank of over 600,000 because of course we are not near July. Something else, I'm not sure if you noticed as we were flicking through each of these books that they have all been published within the last 12 months. So the first book that they published would have been this I Spy Christmas Presents book, which was published in October last year. So right in time for the Christmas holiday buying period. And then from there, they have published the rest of their books in 2024. So really focusing on building up this brand where they have a few books that are evergreen, meaning they're not targeting a season or holiday. They're going to sell all year round, like this Cars one, like the Animals one, the Farm one, the Dinosaurs and the Oceans. They're all going to be selling year round. And then they have a bunch of books all targeting these holidays. Now these ones here, I Spy Elves, the Christmas Presents and Halloween, are probably not going to sell as well throughout the rest of the year. And so they're just going to get nice little boosts of income at little periods throughout the year when all these events and holidays come up. And there's a good chance they're probably going to continue to create books like this and create books that are targeting more events and more holidays. So what's great about this brand in this book is that they have built this up within the last 12 months, and they've built up a really, really nice income in just 12 months. Because we always talk about how long it can take to make any kind of money from self-publishing books, which is mostly true, but also if you have the right niche and you create really good high quality books and you have a really great strategy like this where you have a good mix of evergreen books and a good mix of seasonal or event related books, you can build up something much quicker than usual. Okay, so let's now take a look at how many books this brand is selling and how much they are estimated to be making each month, because that's really what we all want to know. Now, to work out how many books are being sold each month, I just use the Kindlepreneur book sales calculator and we enter in a little bit of information about the books. First, we pop in the bestseller rank, and this will estimate how many books are being sold each month based on that bestseller rank. So that first book we looked at, the I Spy Halloween book, had a bestseller rank of 551. Then if we pop in how many pages are in the book and what the selling price is, then it will also tell us the estimated monthly income for this publisher. So I did go through all their books, and they do vary a little bit, but they are mostly around the same. They have around 37 to 40 pages per book. They are all in full color, and they all have a list price of $13.99, or around about $13.99. So I'm going to use those figures to estimate their income. So the first book we have there is estimated to be selling around about 3,000 copies per month, which is over $14,500 per month for that Halloween book. So what a great income for targeting a really, really popular holiday or event. The next book that we have has a bestseller rank of 3,014. So that one's estimated to be selling 889 copies per month, which is going to bring in just over $4,200 per month. So that is one of the books that is evergreen. It's not targeting a holiday or event. So what a great income that they're going to be bringing in every single month, month after month of the year for that children's picture book. Book number 3 has a bestseller rank of 8,759, which means they're selling around about 420 copies per month and around about $2,000 per month in income. The next book has a bestseller rank of 8,136, which is selling around 460 copies per month with a monthly income of just over $2,100 per month. The next book we have has a bestseller rank of 16,774, which means they're selling around 300 copies per month and just under $1,500 a month for that one. The next book has a bestseller rank of 21,379. So this one's going to be selling around 280 copies per month and just under $1,350 per month. The next book had a bestseller rank of 45,403. So that one's going to be selling around 120 books per month for around $570 of monthly income. And the next book that we can look at has a bestseller rank of 47,713. So selling around 100 copies per month and making around about $500 per month. So the next 3 books, their bestseller ranks were so high, they're not really selling at the moment. So the income is not going to be substantial at this point, but they will probably start to ramp up as Christmas comes up and as their books get more popular, because they were some of the more newly published books within the last month or so. When we add this all up, it totals over 5,700 copies of their books being sold every single month and a monthly income of over $27,000 per month. And now this is the actual royalty of the books, not the sales of the book. So the royalty is what the publisher actually gets after all of the fees have been taken out, after Amazon has been paid out of that sales price of the book. So these figures that we're talking now is the actual amount of money that the publisher is going to receive in their bank account at the end of the month. And really, when we're looking at this is really just from 8 books out of the 11 in the series, because the last 3 that we looked at, they're just too new. They haven't got a good bestseller rank yet. They haven't gotten popular with Amazon's customers yet. They are targeting Christmas, so they aren't selling yet, but no doubt over the next month or so, sales will start to ramp up for them and then peak during that Christmas buying period in November and December. So what are some of the things this publisher has done to get so much success in such a short amount of time? First of all, I always like to look for a website and some social media accounts to see if they are promoting and marketing their books away from Amazon. And you're going to find this one really interesting. There is a website, but it's in German and it's only talking about some Montessori books that are not in English. There is no mention of their I Spy books on this website or any of their English books on this website. So this isn't going to be doing anything for their sales, at least not in the US Amazon store anyway. In the front pages of all of their books, there is this page which tells readers about some free coloring pages that they can go and download. There's a QR code here, and that takes us to a third-party website, which is just a page that's allowing them to collect email addresses. So they are building an email list. Of course, we can't know how many subscribers they have on their email list, but email lists are extremely helpful with marketing. One of the best ways to market to your potential customers, and you can get really great results from even having a small amount of subscribers to your list. They have a list of people to contact when they have new books being published, and this is a really positive thing for the Amazon algorithm when it sees brand new published books being purchased as soon as they are published. It really helps a book in the search results when you are bringing customers onto Amazon to buy your book. Next, there is no social media accounts that I can find, so they are not promoting their books on any of the popular social media platforms that we usually see people promoting their books on, like TikTok and Instagram. And so the last thing that I like to check is whether they are running any Amazon ads. Are they getting this kind of success and this many sales because they are running ads across all of their books? And so I did a search for their brand name, their pen name, and as of right now, I cannot find any Amazon ads for their books. So this doesn't mean they have never run ads or they won't in the future. They possibly used Amazon ads initially until their books started to get popular. And once they got into those higher bestseller ranks and their books are selling consistently month after month, they didn't need to run them anymore, perhaps. But at the moment, there aren't any ads for these books. So that's really interesting. I think that by publishing in a niche that has relatively low competition has been a big factor in this success so far. Their email list could also be contributing and helping kickstart sales of new books on Amazon too. So I hope that you have found looking at this brand and their books interesting. I love looking at other publishers and their books and their marketing strategies, looking at what's working for other people to see if there's any strategies they're using that I can implement myself that I'm not using already. If you have been wanting to publish books within the children's picture book space, I hope that you are inspired and motivated by this video to start your own self-publishing business. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.